everyone, and welcome to TMA Live. This is the Pidge, and I'm joined by a very young man, Daniel Dean, and a new shirt man, Deano.
Yes, people are caught up with the times, everyone. Up with the times.
Just remember, guys, we are sponsored by Sweets for All, Unit 5, New Watford Market. Get down to Lord Serene, aka Morpheus, for all your sweets needs. As always, we guarantee you diabetes down there, so get down to Sweets for All in the New Market. And also, we're in association with WD18, the Watford Fans channel. Like, share, and subscribe to get the latest post-match, pre-match fan views from the boys and Jacob and Robin, plus a lot more from those guys. So thank you very much for their support, both of their support as usual. Just remember, on the show tonight, we're obviously going to talk about Crystal Palace at home, where we know the Arse Palace, sorry, plural. Yeah, and I'm guilty as charged, mate, really. But Palace, a nice, comfortable, well, not comfortable. We won 2-1 win. Well, it's more comfortable than they were against us, because I mean they didn't win, did they? So we still won. So it's 3 wins out of 300% record. Javier Grasset, and we've even scored away, so this is looking good so far. And we'll also talk about the Cali Barnes event coming up on 2nd of November, I believe. We'll preview Wednesday night's Reading game. We'll get all your opinions on there. Just remember, we will read out as many as we can. Send the questions to us here. Give us something to talk about. Also, when we talk about certain topics, get on the message board, and also message us, also ring us on TMA Live on Skype, or if you've got us on your friends list, audio call us. But guys, please just audio call, don't video call, because we will not be picking up. Right, okay, so Moobs, you start off, mate, because you obviously were there live in person. But 2-1 win, guys. Get your opinions through, get your questions over to Moobs as well. 2-1 win. Hooray, hooray, hooray.
Hooray, hooray.
For another day.
Yes, and off back to the south of London you go, Palace, with your tails between your legs again. Well, what a win. What a win. We were made to work. We were made to sweat it for the last 15 minutes. I mean sweat it. I had squeaky bum time in more ways than one. So don't worry, I didn't stink bomb anyone, but it was getting close. God, my oh my. We've won 3 out of 3 in the first 3 games of the season. It's unheard of. We don't do that. We don't do that. That's not us. It's not
20 years, isn't it? Was it 20 years?
Something like that. But you know, yet again, a great performance, I feel. 4-4-2 again, unchanged. Was good. You know, I thought we started off well. First few minutes, blimey, there was more tackles flying in and this, that, and everything going on, and you can shake a stick out for a dull 0-0. And I absolutely mean that. You know, Mr. Cuckoo, on another day, he would have walked. That was an absolute ridiculous challenge to do. I know you want to let Zaha know you're there, but not down the back of the Achilles in front of the referee. All right, Andy Taylor is a bit of a blind plonker. You know, I think I condoned it at the time because I was panicking. I thought, if we get sent off now, it's going to be a hard game. But you know, we made it hard for ourselves anyway. But cracking goal from Pereira, beautifully taken shot. I thought that was absolutely magnificent. But you know, first half, I felt we were, you know, comfortable. We had good spells of play. Ref didn't really help us at times, but you know, again, it's the bloody refs. You know, I think there was, and there's lots of positives, and Grasset, and I know we keep saying it, Grasset really has installed something into them. He's made them believe, and he's, you know, what it is, I don't know, but they're all working together as a team again. They're all working as a unit. They're not being individuals trying to do this, that, and everything. Except Olibas, who did try and take everyone on, and God Almighty.
Yeah, but Aidan's saying he's like a new signing.
He is like a new signing, and you can't fault that. You know, maybe he was one of the ones that was spoken to over the summer, saying you really do need to buck your ideas up. Yeah. You know, your disciplinary record's poor. Your performances weren't great last season. I think Grasset has possibly told him, if you don't, the bench is here. I've got someone waiting for you to replace you. But you know, like I say, it's another great game, another great performance. Another with high intensity as well. You know, just the pressure to put like on, putting the pressure on people more and more. You know, running Crystal Palace's right back ragged, i.e. Roberto Pereira. Yep. Somehow he didn't. I don't know how he didn't fall on his backside. It would have been fantastic to see that. But you know, Decore had a pop today. I think. He had one in the first half. You know, and it's nice to see that the other players are starting to get involved with some shooting. Jan Matt, blimey, on another day that would have ripped the back of the net open. He was very, very unlucky with that shot, but I thought it was a great hit. I was, you know, I don't want to go back to him again, but Mr. Holibas, well, who watching knew Holibas had a right foot that could do that? Because that was some goal. I know he's admitted after the game that it was a cross. It was a cross.
It's danger area.
Yeah, it was intended for Deeney, but you know, well, Hennessy and Sacco just looked at each other as if to say, "What the hell just happened there?" But you know, poor defending from Palace on it because they just did not go and close him down.
No.
They just stood off, and I think at times Crystal Palace were guilty of that standing off us, and we just exploited that. Will Hughes had a pretty solid game. I thought he was getting really stuck into him.
Yeah.
Shame he couldn't get stuck into Zaha.
That was poor marking though for that goal, wasn't it?
It was, and I think
we fell asleep a little bit for
Cats playing them on as well.
Yeah, we felt. I think there was a number of things. One, we'd fallen asleep.
Yeah.
We'd switched off.
Yeah.
We dropped. We were dropping back deeper, and it was like, no, guys, we need to push back up. We can't go back to the old ways. We simply can't. But no, I would have quite happily given man the match to Foster today for those two outstanding saves in the first half.
He's one of my three Fosters.
That was an absolute. The first one with the one hand that was up in the air, that was an absolute belter. I really couldn't believe that. I thought it had gone through him.
Yeah.
I really thought they'd scored. You know, and like I say, I think Cavaselli done well. Cathcart was mopping up again. They weren't taking no rubbish off Zaha today, and Benteke tried to get in on the act. He's more of a donkey now.
What do you think of the midfield first 20 minutes? Because our midfield was non-existent for me. It was very poor.
It was a little bit concerning at one stage because I was looking and all I could see was Palace getting the ball, mopping up, and coming on the attack. And I was starting to wonder, I was like, why aren't the Corre or Capu pushing on? And I was thinking, have they not read the script or something? There's something that it didn't seem right. But Gracia, being the man that he is, obviously shouted to one of them, one sit, one go. Yeah. Now we'll start getting it sorted out. And lo and behold, we did start sorting it out. You know, yes, it was non-existent. But you know, I've got to give a fair bit of credit to Pereira because he was trying to get the midfield going.
Yeah.
He really did give it a good bash. But yeah, like you say, those first 20 minutes, yeah, we were a bit non-existent in midfield, and you know, maybe at times that's where you miss, say, the likes of Cleverley, Shalabar, maybe even Delafeu.
Yeah, maybe.
If you know, if push comes to shove, you'd include him in that. But yeah. But after that, we did get going. We started stamping our foot down on the midfield, and we sort of took control for a little while before all the crazy tackles started flying in. I mean crazy tackles because I've never seen anything like it. It was one of the guys who sits behind me summed the game up in one. That was one of the most feistiest games at the Vic in a while. You know, Palace were there to really rough us up and, well, I think try and wind us up as well.
The thing is, on that point, what do you think of the ref? Because I thought he played quite well. He ain't been the worst one, has he?
He's not been the worst, but he's not been the best. There was, I know, I go back to it again, the 4th minute, Capu, he had to walk for that challenge. He didn't. Zaha could have walked for his challenge, even though when you look back at it on the telly, it didn't look that bad. It was naughty. It was naughty. You're totally right. It was naughty, and it was not in the rule book, but you could tell Polibas had one thing in his mind: get him sent off. Fair play to him, by the way, for trying that, because not many others have. But yeah, I think there was incidents he missed, Anthony Taylor, right under his nose, that he should have dealt with, and he didn't. He was basically saying at one point, I'm not interested, and Deanie was having constant words with him saying, you've just put my teammate for that, he's just been cleaned out, and you're saying it's not a yellow card.
We had that last week with Tarkovsky though, didn't we?
Yeah, but this one was more blatant. One that I can't remember who it was, it might have been that
Mihailovic or Mijatovic. He's not Mijatovic from Real Madrid, is it?
Yeah, exactly. But he yanked back Pereira right in front of the ref's nose. It's a yellow card all day long because you can't do that challenge. And he just said, no, go on, walk away, get on with it. And everyone, and Pereira looked at Taylor as if to say, well, why did you just book one of our players then?
What about the Lino? Agent saying the Lino giving a
that was absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, that one at the end.
The Lino needed shooting. Oh, it's a goal kick. They just kicked it out.
Yeah, it was a joke.
You know, subsequently, they almost equalised from it.
Yeah,
because it was the punt downfield that went out for a throw, that then went for another throw, that then got hooked across the box, that was put out for the corner, and for the resulting, well, how they didn't equalise is beyond me. It was heart in mouth moment, because as soon as he headed it, I was like, "There's no one on the back post," and when you saw it bounce wide, I was just like, God, what the hell just happened there? And you have to wonder who. Well, I'd love to see it again. Who was meant to be marking him?
Was it Guff? I can't really remember.
Because they were
Duscott. I think it may be Duscott. But like Ray Cookie saying, Sir Ray, Sir Ray, saying about the marking, how much of concern? I know we're sort of taking the negatives and making it into a positive. We won. But how much concerned are we? Once again, we could have, this 3 points could have easily turned into a one, quite easily.
And I think if that had happened, Gracia would have read him the riot act.
Yeah.
But you're right, it could have turned into a point, and the marking has to be addressed. They can't keep doing it. Now, next Sunday we got Tottenham. If they get a free kick, then I dread to think what they're going to do. They are dangerous as hell with their free kicks. And if the boys aren't switched on, or even a corner, and let someone run, the ball's going to be in the back of the net. Foster's going to be helpless.
Yeah, you only say as good as you think the last game as well.
Exactly. You know, I think I saw it at the end when the ref blew finally for full time.
Yeah.
The look on Capu's face, celebrating it. He was so happy and delighted, but. You know, you think about 30 seconds before that, it could have been 2-2. I was...
Between Capu and the Zaha challenge, what do you do you think both were worthy of reds or just Capu's?
On another day, Zaha would have walked.
You reckon?
Yeah. A different ref would have seen that differently and gone, you know what? You can take an early bath.
If you saw the replay,
we saw it at half time.
Then the one Holbass flew. That was the only blotch on Holbass's thing. I thought.
Yeah.
Was that he made too much of a meal of that? He got caught, but it wasn't as much as studs down the back of the heel.
Yeah.
Caught.
Yeah. Like I said before, Holbass was trying to get him sent off.
Yeah.
But it backfired. He got a yellow. Zaha could have easily walked later on because he started mouthing off and he should have been dealt with.
Completely agree, mate.
But Capu on another day would not have been given another chance. He would have been off. Yeah, if you do that challenge 20-25 minutes into a game, you're walking.
Yeah.
I think Taylor only brandished the yellow because he realised how early on it was.
And there was minimal contact, really. I mean, you look at the replay, there wasn't that.
I was going to say, I saw the replays at half time, and the intent was there, but he'd sort of taken his foot off the gas a bit and just sort of scraped it.
And this is from Zaha haters that
actually, the chief Zaha haters, because we all hate him.
If Zaha had done that, if he was the Holbass, we would scream and blue murder at him saying he died there.
Yeah,
he'd made a meal of it.
What wound me up was the Yamat booking. Him and Zaha were tussling, and then he went to Benteke, and they're doing that. and the ref looks.
Yeah,
man,
we
they're
were
both doing it. They're all
exactly.
doing it. It's like,
We were
oh
out-
my God.
We were up in arms about it. You know, the ref had warned Jan Matt already. He said, "Look, you've got to be careful." He goes, "I don't." He goes, "No more now." Because you've had your warnings. They all had their warnings, and you know they just carried on. But Benteke should have been booked as well.
Yeah.
And then the fact that Zaha was behind the ref's back, then trying to wind up Kabasele, which I don't think they probably showed on TV.
No, I don't think
But
so.
we saw it. Kabasele looked at him, glared at him as if to say, "You even try it, and I'm going to put you in rosette." He really gave him the eyes.
Yeah.
According to Palace fans, as Aidan saying, apparently
Yeah.
he did nothing wrong.
Exactly.
I
They're
agree,
all
could have been
saying
sent
it.
off, like you said. He should have been sent off later, not for that
Yeah,
challenge.
He should
Granted,
have got a second yellow.
yeah.
It's-
What was it? What was the one he did? Was it on Yamat where he tried to fling an elbow or he did something
Yeah,
an
he
incident?
did. That should have been.
So I couldn't see that. I said, "Oi, oi!" Something ref because he got both of them. It just went,
Yeah.
"Oi, oi!" Come on.
Yeah, they were tussling and jostling, and all of a sudden you just see
Yeah.
an arm flying, and Janmat saying, "Look, he's off the ball. He's elbowed. He's got to go." And even at one stage, you saw Gracia standing there on the touchline, and you know, for someone who doesn't get involved a lot, like he doesn't show emotion, like he barks all the orders and everything, but even the look on his face was of dismay and disbelief, and he turned around straight away as soon as the yellow card was brandished because you knew he wanted to say something, but he didn't want to get into trouble.
No.
And he was sort of looking to the fourth official to say, "What's all this about?" And the fourth official he just didn't want to know either.
No.
I think they were just trying to put it to bed. But you know, it's it's just one of those where on another day both could have been red cards, and it could have been 10 on 10. It really could have been.
Yeah.
That probably would have been a lot more entertaining actually, 10 on 10, because both of them still would have gone for it.
Yeah.
No one would have sat back.
I think as well, you know, like we saw at Burnley, we played well.
Mm.
We played well. We made them look bad, and Brighton. We
Yeah.
made these teams look bad.
Well, Brighton
So
were openly shocking. There is no other way to describe it.
Yeah.
That was, you know, that was one of the worst performances I'd seen from a visiting team ever. And that says something, you know. Even West Brom last season put up more of a fight
Yeah.
than what they bloody did. On my own front side, you know, it was just one of those. It was just one of those games. It was just a proper. It was an advert for the Premier League on a Super Sunday. You want to go flying in and smash challenges in and everything. You know, the only thing I think backfired for us a little bit was the substitution and the timing of it. Taking Gray off for Simmer was not the
Did
right
you think
thing
he done, Tim? I thought he done all right. To be fair.
He did well when he got going.
Yeah.
It took him about 5 or 6 minutes to get going, but when he did, I was impressed with him. He had, he was looking to get the ball. He wanted to be on the ball. You know, his passing was good. He was switching in between with Deeney, which I've appreciated of. You know, there was plenty of positives, you know, and he got fouled as well, and he was looking at the ref. He was like, "Come on, what's all this all about?" As if to say, "Well, I'll start getting him back in a minute, and he's going to end up on the sideline." But you know, I think that's when we sort of lost our shape a bit, and Palace grew in a bit of confidence because we suddenly switched from 4-4-2, I think, to 4-5-1, and it was a case of we've just taken the big man, little man partnership off, and it's backfiring.
Yeah.
And everyone seemed to be a bit all at sea for those 5-10 minutes, and that's when, well, strangely enough, Palace took advantage and started inserting themselves, and subsequently led to the goal. Hang on a minute, Kev, enough. Yeah, so
It must be a clear picture if we can see the crease.
exactly.
Surely we can see the
Exactly.
crease of this thing. You know, what I mean, mate. You know, like what Steve's saying, it's not negative. Like what we're talking about now is a youth thing. Picking out little thing from the. It looks like, you know, you get two ends, it's two sides of the coins there, guys. You know, you basically say if we were so merry after the wins, which quite rightly we are.
Yeah.
And then people say, look, let's calm down, let's take a chill pill. We're early days. We need to. This is the thing out here. We do half and half. We take out of a loss, we take the positives. Out of defeat, out of a win, we take the negatives. Like you said, we've got to look at it and say, okay, what can we do to make improve? Because, like you said, we're coming up against Tottenham. Forget Reading on Wednesday. We're coming up against Tottenham next week, and we could seriously be, if we play certain periods like we did, we're going to get absolutely battered.
We will. We'll get passed off the park.
You know, exactly. I mean, what negative ways? I mean,
the first 25 minutes for me was shocking. We should have been 3-0 down.
Yeah.
For Foster, defence was all. Well, the defence was, you know, reason we won. In the honest, the midfield, Jesus Christ, and the strikers. I didn't know they were on the pitch.
Yeah.
To be fair to Deano and Gray, they didn't have a lot to work off today. They run their socks off. I don't want to slag anyone off because everyone worked on. Decore and Hughes got into it in the end. I thought Pereira was up there for man of the match. He's one of mine with Foster and Holtbass because I thought Holtbass was superb today. He would give him credit. Yeah, it was just that 20 minutes until we got settled in the game, stopped Palace. To be honest, I thought we were that bad. We made Townsend look like Messi.
Yeah.
He ran us ragged for 20 minutes. I'm like, what the hell is this? Andrew Townsend is running the show inside. It's Townsend.
Exactly.
He looks like Messi, Ronaldo put together. Oh my God, you bloody smashed him.
Yeah.
Just hit him. Didn't he have so much room?
But
us three could have played.
Then you've got a guide that we always say, and you said it, I said it, you said it. A sign of a good team is when you win ugly.
Yeah, we did have to win ugly.
Sign of a very good team. We are a very good side on our day.
Yeah.
Very good side.
It was an ugly win, but it was a win that we needed. I think, because you know, to shut Palace right up. Also, just want to say well done, Harry the Hornet, for your end of game fanatics. For him to dive during the game, and he declined at the end of the game. He went for it, so right in front of the rookery and set us all off. So
to me, us winning ugly shows we're used to the Premier League now. You get Fulham and this lot; they don't know how to do that yet. But we've been in it for 4 years.
It's an experienced side. We looked mature. Definitely the last couple of games. Brighton. I thought there was one side in it, and that was it. The last 2 games, we won at Burnley, which we never do.
No.
We've won 3 out of 3 in the Premier League. First time ever in the Premier League, and the first time in 20 years. Exactly 20 years. Exactly. Last time, funny enough, under Taylor. And I thought the partnership with Gray and Deeney looks excellent. I think Gray again worked his socks off. He looks a totally different player. Holtbass looks like a world class left back at times at the moment. He looks absolutely brilliant.
He does.
Dustcart and Cabs look really solid, but we've said this when Britos looked better when he played alongside Cathcart 2 to 3 seasons ago. That was our best partnership out of Prodil, Cathcart, all of them. You know, that was our best partnership, and I think must be something to do with Cathcart. Makes these players look better. He gives them that thing, and also it's an English voice. It's a more of a traditional. Traditional English, even though he's Northern Irish or British centre back. No nonsense, like we said with a Johnny Evans. Just gets the ball away, just doesn't muck about. And Cabs, it's rubbing off on Cabs now because Cab looks like a British centre back in some ways. The way he flies in for tackles and just gets the ball, just get the ball out of the way, doesn't it?
Do you think with the Cathcart situation? Do you think that's because of what he's learned through his time when he came through Man United's academy, then finally getting in the first team and learning that stuff off of, like, you know, Fergie as a manager, who was one of the best man managers ever, and then you've also got all the players he had around him. He had some of the best centre backs to learn from.
Well, what grounded with Pidge and Ferdinand there, and PK even.
Exactly.
Before people say he was good. PK as well there.
Exactly. That's what I mean. You know, like when he came on loan to us, you know, I thought that first time round he was absolutely shocking. I couldn't wait to get rid of him. Then when we re-signed him, I was like, "What are we doing?" And I'd seen this complete transformation as a player into something that was.
Yeah, go on.
Mate, he'd just grown and matured, and I was like, this ain't the player we had before.
He was that solid player who played in the famous Blackpool promotion side.
Oh,
yeah.
I knew he was because he was in the Blackpool side.
Yeah.
And he was in there in the Premier League with them.
Exactly.
I mean, he's already played in the Premier League before a lot of the players that went up with the Hornets did anyway. So he was already experienced Premier League, like Maps.
Yeah,
true. You know, we've got. You look at our centre backs now, the fit centre backs we've got. Rather than last season where we were struggling to field a solid 2. That's another positive thing we can say. Our back 4 has not changed in 3 games.
No, it's true.
No, it hasn't. It's
our back 2 has definitely not changed in 3 games. And the thing is, though, over a course of time as well, how many goals have we conceded? Okay, they'll say it's Brighton and Palace and things. How many goals have we conceded?
Yeah, but look, Brighton scored 3 against United.
Exactly.
Brighton scored 3 against United. They couldn't score against us.
They can hit a barn door against us.
Yeah.
No, Palace will beat better sides than us. And I'm not saying that over the course of the season. What I mean is by better sides, I mean the Chelseas, the Arsenals, who eventually you would assume would be in the top 6. They'll beat them. They'll beat them, and I can see us going to places like Palace and beating these teams.
Yeah.
If we like I say, what we're picking out, guys, what we're picking out, you know, is looking at what can we bring into Tottenham that we can improve on, because we can see us play. We play as dogged as we did against Burnley. We can beat Spurs. This is winnable. We could be top this time next week.
Yeah, or joint top
on goal difference.
On goal difference.
Going back to the defence, you've got to give it to Foster. He grows all us with confidence. I'm not worried. Even one-on-ones, it's like, oh, Fozzie will save it. He won't save all of them, but you feel confident with Foster.
Even though
the defenders must have that.
Yeah, even though you could go back to last season and say when we done him, when Hughes done that ball to Deano and they put it over him, I think that was probably the only time we thought, oh, Jesus Christ. But, you know, he is... It's an experienced voice, and I think that's also the thing with Cathcart. They're both out of United. They're both out of the academy. Yeah. They've played alongside each other before. So
they learnt off of Fergie, didn't they?
Yeah. So having all of that, and you've learnt, and they've had the great. Like Foster had some of the best keepers there, and Peter Schmeichel, Edwin van der Sar. Yeah. You know, you learn so much from those players because they have this aura about them, and I think that's what helps Foster because he has matured so much since from when we had him all those years ago.
I think it helps Deano as well. There's more experienced voices in the change room. So like a couple of the ones that are not quite doing it, they'll put them down. There's more experienced voices looking at them saying, oi, pack that in. This is how you do it. It's more of an old traditional like I say, when we Sky Sports, when you had the John Terrys and the Lamps were saying, you had a lot of the experienced guys that say to you when you're a young player or you're a newer player, this is not how you do it here. This is what we need from you. Exactly. Half time, like Gracia must have said something half time.
He told him to calm it down.
With the 20 minutes, we had the ugly first 20 minutes. We had sublime in some ways with our 2 goals, and some of our energy. First half, our energy all the way through the first half, no matter how good or bad the performance. The energy was top notch. I thought that was what impressed me, and also we had the how would I say it? We had the experience and the togetherness to see through it, and the luck, which a lot of good teams or a lot of bad teams don't get. A lot of good teams, and like the Burnleys got last year, we could be that. We could be Burnley. Yeah, honestly, we could be Burnley this year.
I love what Alan's just put in. I do actually agree with him. We thought we weren't at our best today, but we worked very hard, and I'm satisfied with our effort.
Yeah, we did.
You're right. We weren't at our best, especially in the first 20 minutes. I know we keep saying about the first 20 minutes, and even towards the end when we started dropping back into the old system. No, we don't do that anymore, boys. We do not drop back further to the 18-yard line. We push everyone back up. Send them towards the halfway line. But you know, I think also today, I think the weather played its part. You know, driving torrential rain, and you want to play the
slick passing,
passing, plus knocking a long ball over the top for 1 or 2.
That's fair enough, moves, but it don't stop you from marking, though, does it?
No, I know. I'm just coming away from the marking bit, but you know, some of the passes you could see the players were getting so frustrated because it was zipping away from them. There was nothing they could do.
It's the judging of the ball rather than the marking. I mean, the marking you can't excuse a wet pitch for it, but anticipation and Like they always say, don't let the ball bounce.
Exactly.
Because
How many times have we let it
a
bounce?
slick pitch. I mean, even when we've had matches where we played lower level, and you've had thing, it will just go whoosh, and you judge it all you want.
Yeah.
As soon as it hits that turf, bang, it's gone. I think 3G normal grass pitch, especially slick pitches, thick, lush green pitches like that. Once it spins, bang, and But who's your man? That's the thing. Who's your man of the match? I'll put it out. I'll put it out to you guys. What's your? Give us your man of the match.
I was going to say, I know Alan's put here, he's gone with Kabasele. I think a few of them went with Kabasele. He said Holibas.
That's my one, Holibas. Pereira and Foster, Decore.
I'm going to put Holibas. I'm going to put Holibas today. I was going to put Pereira. I'm going to put Holibas because I think that was a half cross, half shot. He sort of aimed it into the right area. And they always say, hit it in the right area, anything's possible.
Yeah.
And
it was on his right. It was on his right foot as well. I was going to say, guys, I'll ask you this one. When was the last time you saw Holibas hit a right footer like he did today? Because I've never seen it.
But isn't it good? He's coming rather than like I kept seeing. Stop just trying to take the man and put it on the bar line. He cut inside and tried to use his right. Good on him.
Yeah, exactly.
It just shows he's got shows his confidence. Because he would never done that before.
I think I would actually. I think I'd go with your one. I think I would go with Holibas.
People are right at Kabasele. He was
Cabs was solid. So was Kafka. They're both.
I was going to say that. With the other thing with Kabasele, Cabs. If you actually see this. Can you let Benteke out your back pocket now, mate? Because, it's taken the mick enough.
Take out and release.
Exactly. Release him back. Let him get the team bus home.
They can keep him.
Kabasele did fantastic today, and he's certainly up there with, for the award, for the nomination. But I think, it has to be Holibas because he was solid throughout. All right, he got booked for time wasting, which, in his defence, he had literally been thrown the ball and was getting ready to throw it when the ref booked him.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he looked at the ref as if to say, "What the hell did I do wrong?" It was the ball was in the crowd, and he's gone, "No, yellow card."
I said, didn't Hughes get himself about a lot today? Fantastic. I thought Hughes' work ethic. He wouldn't stand out be the wrong word. What I mean is, we highlight the Fosters, the Cabasellis, the Holbasses, the Pereiras. But Hughes is doing very similar, cleverly sort of performances where he's getting eights that no many people would notice there would be eights. Even though if you watched him, if you sat there a whole 90 minutes and said, right, you're not allowed to look at anything, goals no matter what, have a look at Hughes and just stand there watching him, you'd give him an 8 every time.
Exactly.
And that's another 8.5 for him easily.
His running today was amazing, especially second half, I thought. He was given a bit of I think the second half he was given a bit of a license to go, and the way he was bombing forward at times was amazing. He's just simply not afraid to take players on.
No,
he's basically inviting them, going, come and take my legs, come and do this, come and do that. I'm going to take the ball around you. He's not afraid to stand up to them. Even though he's a little guy, he's
strong, isn't he? He's
strong and he's confident. And I think that's one thing we missed last season as well so badly when he was injured. We just missed that little extra spark. And even Decore as well. I can't work out how this man is match fit
it's unbelievable,
when he barely kicked a ball in pre-season. I don't understand it. I simply don't.
My man likes to use Decore because I'm there going, just hoof it, bang in front of goal in the corner, take it on, get a foul.
Decore's,
just won't do it, will they? Take it on, get a foul. My old man goes, you bought these players for that class. Fair enough, he's got fouled.
For a certain way.
He's won the free kick. That's the class he played for.
Isn't it nice Decore's looking like he did start of last season, looking for that little through ball like he did with Deany? Right, I've got you there. Make that move and I'll pass it.
He's starting to, we can excuse the Brighton game because he only trained for like 4 or 5 days before that.
Fair enough.
But now he's just starting to turn the engine back on and starting to refire again. And I think that for us, that's just amazing and brilliant because all of a sudden now we've got the engine room back. you know, all right, I know we've still got the other two to come back from injury, which
it's terrifying.
yeah, you know, it is terrifying. They have actually said Shalabar is actually back training with the first team again, so that is a big bonus. And I think Gracia wants to involve him pretty soon. I know they said they've got to take their time with him because of what's happened. You know, as for Cleverly, all we've been told is it's the autumn and that's it.
Isn't it nice that we're not panicking that we have to get Cleverly back? I know it sounds really. It doesn't say. I'm not mean the same thing, but look, we can say, oh no, don't worry. Just let him stew. Let him sit there. You know, think right. We're gonna get someone on here.
It's Mr. Iron.
Mr. Iron. Right. So as soon as it comes up, mate. Sorry, my phone is really slow, mate. So we'll get you on here now, mate. Right. Okay. Hello, mate. Hello, mate. Can you hear us? Hello, can you hear us?
Hello.
It's a bit. Things not coming on yet.
Right. Bear with us, people. Bear with us.
Bear with us. Danny. Danny.
Go on again.
Hang on. I know what to do. Hang on. Danny. Hey, there we go. How you doing, mate? How was the game for you, mate? What a game, mate.
Do you know what? I was watching the show. Like we agree with everything you said. You worried down the first half. You worried down the.
Yeah.
I don't know how the Palace players didn't score, to be honest. I was on since Foster made them save, I was on my feet clapping it because they were unbelievable stage.
Yeah. I was going to say, Dan, the whole of the
second half, I think, come out a different team, and apart from the last 10 minutes, we were the better team and maybe just about deserved it in the end. But if we'd have been losing, gone into half time losing, probably wouldn't have had any arguments. But you know, 3 wins from 3, happy days.
Yeah, good one, mate. Yeah. That's it, mate. Has Aidan got his away shirt yet?
No.
Aidan, no, he was still wearing the red one today. So.
It's shocking. I think that's the only one he owns, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, I don't think he ever washes it. But,
oh God, that sweaty train wrecker.
Dan, you just put me off my dinner, mate.
Oh no, sorry, mate.
We'll definitely get him on with the away shirt.
Yeah,
definitely. Maybe the red one, but he's coming on.
So you know, you was talking about Decore, how you don't understand he's so not fired up and match fit stuff because he hasn't been playing much.
Yeah.
Do you think it was a clever PR spin by the club not playing him in pre-season, and then all of a sudden he's fit in the first game because of all the talk around his transfer?
Yeah, I think it was, Dan. It's just one of those where they've basically said, you come in training. All right, you've got a bit of an injury. We'll look at it. We'll get it sorted out. You're not going to play any pre-season games, but we're going to get you fit. We're going to get you ready for the start of the season. I think had there been a bid come in, like I said, I think he would have gone. I think the club would have accepted it. But yeah, I think he was training behind the scenes and no one picked up on it. And I think you're right. It is a clever little stunt by the club. And by Gracia as well, because he's the one that's orchestrated it by saying, right, well, you go off and train over there, just involve yourself every now and then with the first team. So, but yeah, I think.
And also, last season, during the season, I put a tweet out, and the tweet was, if you had to choose, which one would you rather sell? And I put, it was choice between Richarlison and Decore, and most people, basically what I was having this argument with this Watford fan, and I was saying that if we was to sell Richarlison, we wouldn't lose any sleep over it. He was like, well, you're crazy. I was like, we'll see. And obviously we've sold Richarlison, and at the minute we're doing so well without him. So I think I'm the one that's being proved right at the minute.
I think it's hindsight. It's a wonderful thing, isn't it? I mean, I probably actually would have said Richarlison. I could be wrong because I said the other way. I don't remember which one I said, but looking at it now, we've got the better deal, haven't we? Really.
I would have said Richarlison. I do love it. I'm still a fan.
With the transfer fee now, I would have
been Richarlison anyway.
Only because of the transfer fee.
Yeah. I was going to say, Dan, you can have a butchers on this one. Do you reckon that selling Richarlison to Everton has unleashed Pereira to let us see his full potential?
Do you know what, mate? We saw, obviously, because he had a bad start to his career, the injury and stuff, and we saw the back end of last season how good he was. Like, he had that a lot of games in the season where he was playing constantly, and now he's to be honest, he's probably the first name on the team sheet because he's, because when he was, there was a couple of games last season, I was watching him on the left, I thought, you don't see the left midfielder, because I thought he was always more of a creative attacking midfielder.
Yeah.
But now, like, he's been playing on the left, and he just looks like, wow, like, unbelievable on that left. I just don't know. It maybe it's something to do with Gracias. Maybe he said to him, look, you're our left winger now, go do your job, and he's doing it unbelievably well. So,
yeah, I think
I don't know. Yeah, selling the chances maybe brought the best out of all the players because there was all this hype about him.
Yeah.
Got rid of him, and now we're expressing ourselves a bit more. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, where do you reckon Delafeu's going to fit in when they finally declare him fit?
That's the thing, right? We're winning these games, but we've still got Chalobah to come back. We've still got Delafeu to come back. We've still got Cleverley to come back. I just don't know, mate. What do you think? I just don't know. Like, Chalobah would probably have to come in, but then who do you replace him with? I think Capu's been playing so well so far.
Yeah,
that's the only one I would have to replace. But I wouldn't. I could agree with you, mate. He's been playing well, so it would be hard. But that's the only one I would actually move out.
Yeah. I think it's going to get to the stage.
Will Hughes, I think, doesn't suit the right fielder. But again, he's another one that's playing well. He's not. I think he's more effective playing like beyond the strikers, but like I said, he's playing well, so you can't really drop him. But Capu would be the one that I'd maybe drop out from Chalobah's club, which I
Danny, do you realise that Taylor actually cries when you're still not here as well, mate? But if you put Becky on, she'll probably quieten down, mate.
It's going to be an interesting one when they all get back fit. I think they're sort of hinting that Delafeu might get unleashed against Reading if they fancy it, but they might be holding him back for Tottenham.
Do you think Gracia should make changes? Like, I know he's going to make a couple, but do you think he should wholesale changes?
Probably not wholesale, but I would probably like to see him make maybe 4 or 5 just to bring some of the lads in that haven't kicked a ball yet.
Yeah.
I think just to get them up and running.
And players like that.
Yeah, I think this is where we are going to see the likes of Messina and 1 or 2 others.
Bench.
Yeah,
bench basically. Just
exactly.
At least the bench.
Yeah, that Simmer will probably even start on Wednesday.
Success.
Yeah, success.
Yeah, success as well.
Yeah, I think when you look at it, I think success. I think he's starting to knock on the door, saying, "Come on, give me some more minutes."
Yeah.
And I think Reading could be his test under Gracia to say, "Show me how far you've come. Then show me that you want to be in this 11. You can do it in training."
In the summer, he did an interview on Sky Sports, I think, and he basically come out and said his Watford career so far. He's basically he's not been playing well. He's not been his attitude stunk basically.
Yeah.
So this season, I think maybe he's got to knuckle down this season and try and earn his place. Because if not, he's probably on his last chance. Because what he did with the old Bailey's incident,
I
wasn't good.
Yeah, I think
he's definitely on his last chance. I think he's taking it now because he's only come on in the last 3 games, but he's put himself about a bit. And Gracia clearly wants him around the side because he's picking him every week in the sub bench. So it's going to be interesting what happens with him.
Yeah, I think I think he was given a massive talking to, but I think it's also the fact that I remember seeing that interview with Success, and he, you could see how sorry he was for what had happened. And he says he's let the fans down, and he has let the fans down. He let everyone down, including himself.
Yeah.
You don't go and get yourself into that trouble. Stay out of it. And I think now he's possibly turned his back on some of those people that were around him and said, you know what, actually get out. I don't need you. You're going to cost me my career.
He's just got to focus on his football now. Because he's still a young kid. He was always on social media, Instagram and whatever. All he should do, just concentrate on your football, and that's it.
Yeah, look, I think he's told him, let your feet do the talking for once and not your mouth.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is.
He's clearly clearly got a bit about him. He's clearly got a bit about him. Like, clearly got some talent.
Yeah,
he has. He's got some great talent. We just, he's just like we've said. He's stopped and start. He's not been able to show it, and I think now is really the time he needs to show it. Like, get the whole crowd back on his side. Yeah, it's not. It was great to see him come on this afternoon. I thought he might have come on in the 80th minute, not the 85th or 88th minute. But he's still getting some minutes in the Prem again, and that's what we need to see. Just want to see it a bit more though. But mind you, though.
Does anyone know what's happened to Ziegler? What's happened to him?
Well, the
Is he
rumour.
dead?
We'll put out a manhunt for him.
on this podcast.
Yeah.
Maybe look at Sunderland because he was 2 players with
I think
him and Cabal.
I think him and Cabal were rumoured to be going.
We've got Messina now, haven't we? So
Yeah.
the left back side's pretty much sorted.
And
isn't
now the transfer window is shut. Apparently, I don't know if it has or not. Someone said it, or Coles said the transfer window's shut. I don't even know where he is. He must be training. I'm guessing he's training, but I'm guessing he's been told as well that he's not part of the plans. So just turn up and train.
Anyway, I thought everything I saw him apart from the first couple of games, he was Bambi. Maybe Bambi on 2 legs.
Yeah, he was literally. He was a liability for us at times as well.
He's a Dutch international as well.
It was dreadful.
Yeah, well, that says a lot.
Well, he's a Dutch international, but there's also Jan-Mat as well.
It's a good right back.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll let him
I'll
off.
rest my case.
What boys? What do you? Obviously, this is probably not very time. What do you think's going to happen to Penaranda? I just don't know what's going to happen to him.
It's a bit frustrating now because with the work permit, I know Duxbury's absolutely determined to keep him here and said, look, you're not going on loan again. Let's at least, if you're not going to get your work permit, let's integrate you into the squad. Get you to know the people, get a feel for the place, get you used to like Hertfordshire or wherever wherever they're basing him, and just get yourself a feel for the whole place. So when your work permit does eventually come, you've settled in, and there's no worry about you're ready to go. Basically, I think that's pretty much what Duxbury wants him to do now. So we're not going to farm you off a load of Granada or any of these places anymore because you're basically starting again. And then we have to integrate him once again if we do get the work
come back.
Yeah. So at least then we're killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah,
we really.
Yeah. You know what I don't get is, okay, he's not got his work permit yet, but he was training in the summer with the first team, allegedly. So surely that's still classed as working. So that's a bit
I think now he's not training with the first team. I think they've had to stop it because it could end up being a bit of a problem.
I think while it was being sorted, he was allowed. Then now they said it's been delayed. They said, right, you can't, just in case we get in trouble.
Yeah, you've got to stay away. But it's the whole Panoranda situation is getting out of control.
My gut's telling me I just don't think we're going to see him in a Watford. It's so much delay. Okay, you kind of understand the first year or first 2 years. He's a young lad and he comes from a country that's not exactly a top country. You can kind of understand for 2 years, but then I went to the fans event in the season. Duxbury, somebody asked Duxbury, are we going to see Panoranda next season? And Duxbury, in one word, just said, yes, we'll see him next season.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the delay is. But
I think it's either an issue with the paperwork. There was something on Instagram, I think, because I know Gracia was asked about it in his usual weekly press conference. Yeah. And I think he said then, he goes, he's desperate to get him in. They're desperate to get it sorted. They're desperate to get him into the team because he wants him in the 11. And I think that's a clear sign that that's another missing link in the squad. Gracia knows how good he is, and he wants him to play. He wants him to be a part of it. But they're saying, I think it's either paperwork or there's something wrong with his passport. Whatever it is, I'm guessing they're working on it frantically behind the scenes at the club. But they made it.
Something's obviously, because when Duxbury said like last season, he's going to be for Watford next season. Something's obviously happened in the summer between pre-season training and the start of the season, because like I said, he was training with the team in the summer. Okay, he didn't play in any friendlies, but he was still training, so that's still classed as work. So obviously something's happened between then and the start of the season for him to not be able to play with the first team running. Yeah. It's still classed as working, so we'll just have to wait and see what actually happens. Obviously, we're never going to know what's happening until it gets sorted. So.
Yeah.
It will all come out eventually, Dan. I think there's no two ways about it. They will eventually say what went on, but I think it's also you've got to look at the fact that how did the big clubs get away with it so often, and yet the Home Office and that decide to come and have a go at us and say you're not playing him, you're not doing this, you're not doing that.
Yeah,
I think it's just totally wrong. But we will see what happens. We will see, and I'm sure they will resolve it soon.
Right, young man, you are going to be substituting, coming on because it's like more of a Carabao sort of flavour here. You're going to come on for Moobs on Sunday. We're giving him a break, resting him for the following Sunday. To obviously because he's been 3 games in now, we want to rest him. And you're coming on. You're coming on instead of him this next Sunday, mate. Is that all right?
What, after the Tottenham game?
Yes, mate.
Yeah, that's no worries, mate. Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, mate, you're good with that. Oh, mate. Go on.
No, go on. I was just going to say, let's just not. Okay, 3 games in. Let's not get carried away. Great start, but Tottenham and Man United next. If we can get points out of them, we can start getting started. Then that will see where we really are. If we can get some points out of them. But we've got to enjoy it, mate. How often do Watford join top of the Prem?
2, right? Yeah,
that's true.
I think
you've got to enjoy it, mate. So.
I think those next 2, I would write off the Tottenham game. I know people will have a go at me for it, but I said it earlier. I don't think we will get anything off Spurs because Spurs are in a mood at the minute.
United are a mess.
I think
go there next.
I actually think we're gonna turn United over again. I think we really will give them some because
they're a mess.
Yeah, they're not firing. They're in turmoil. They're all over the shop. Mourinho doesn't even know if his eggs are scrambled or blimmin' poached.
Poached quite nice, actually.
There's just so much turmoil at that club, and I think it's now really affecting the players. I think we'll see tomorrow night. Manchester United play Spurs at Old Trafford. If we see it then, that there's a problem. And then in the next game, I can just see us going, you know what? Let's go for the kill and let's get them. And I really do think this time, so.
I love you, Leave you.
Oh, mate. Oh, mate. Sarah to Becky as well. See ya. Bye. 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 Right, okay, so guys, keep your messages in. We're going to do a small preview of the Reading game on Wednesday night as well. This young man is definitely going, so he's going to give you a bit more stats as well. But just before we say that, just remember, log on to YouTube and search out for Paul Muzzy and his vlogs, his vlogs. Get on there, like, share and subscribe with Paul Muzzy for his latest vlogs, and also get ready for his vlogs about the game today. He'll do a lovely vlog, absolutely stunning ones. Go on there, find out. It's always a good laugh seeing his vlogs as well. He'll get his vlogs for the lads, out for the lads. So get on YouTube, like, share and subscribe with Paul Muzzy. Also, big shout out, as always, to Jim Cook at Ashby St Eve. He's starting a new range at Ashby St Eve. So go on to Google, type in Ashby St Eve, get on there. If you know other people that support other clubs as well, get on there as well. He does loads of other designs for other clubs, superhero T-shirts, including the magician one, the Rabbits.
Oh, that's why he's got it there.
You've got Deanie ones. You've got now a brand new exclusive TMA. We've got the Graham Taylor TMA T-shirt that our lovely assistant Sir Dunk wears to the podcast, so you can get one of those, and also a brand new Alec Chamberlain #1 Legends T-shirt with TMA branded. Also, our official sponsor, Sweets for All, on it now. So get on there now. A new range coming every so often, every week, every month. There'll be a brand new range of TMA T-shirts now, so get on to, like I say, Google Ashby St Eve. You knew it was going to happen. Ashby St Eve, get on there. You can get that T-shirt. You can get much more gifts and souvenirs from Jim Cook. So shout out to Jim again for the logos. Thank you very much for your help, mate. And also, did you want to do the Cali Barnes plug, or do you want to think so?
Just quickly,
Go on.
Kev, if I see you tomorrow at Hemel Town, I am going to kill you, okay?
With a spoon.
Another one saying nice ironed shirt moves.
Danny iron shirt. It's so ironed. It's a Danny iron.
It's a Danny iron. It's
Danny iron. It's definitely a Danny iron.
It was so ironed. It was on the shirt. It was on the clothing bracket this afternoon at the game. So Colin Beasley's just joined us as well. Very good evening, sir. Yeah, don't forget, guys. There is an evening coming up with John Barnes and Nigel Callaghan at the I can't remember where it is. Watford Meriden Hotel.
Meriden Hotel, 2nd of November.
2nd of November. It's on a Friday night. If you're available and you want to go, check it out. It's going to be a cracking show. I'm going to be able to get there. But yeah, please, guys. It's I know there was rumours circulating in the week that people were saying it's a fix, it's a con.
No.
And I can honestly say it is not any of that. It is not a con. It's not anyone trying to spend your money out here.
You will actually see Barnsley, and you will actually meet Callie, and we will actually, as we're going on the actuallys, we will be actually getting Callie on the phone to promote this as well shortly before the game, before the evening, in fact.
Yeah.
Of this. So this is no scam, guys. Please, if you can go. Lord Seren is actually going to go, as far as I know, or he may not go. I think he was thinking of going.
I think he's going to Newcastle.
He's going to Newcastle instead. Yeah, he was going to go.
Where are sweets?
Yes, obvious. If you are watching,
we promote your show.
Damn it.
You know.
We're getting diabetes every week for you, and now you don't turn up with the sweets. We are not amused, and we're not impressed. Like I say, guys, if you are interested, the prices are all on. I think there's something online. Prices are all listed as well. So.
I think it's £30 for a normal ticket, £80 for the meal, and I think silver. I think it's gold there, and it's £115 for the whole thing. You get like a meal, VIP with both of them. Like I say, it's not a scam. You get to meet both of them as well. You get VIP access, signed stuff as well if you pay the full price as well. It's a great evening no matter what. Even if you get the £30 ticket, it's going to be a great evening, guys. The 2nd of November. And like I said, we will interview Callie. He's agreed to come on the show in some shape or form. So we will get some more information about him on that. Right. Go on.
Something's gone wrong. I don't know if it's Colin or whether
Colin, I'll speak to you later, mate. You have to. There's a little icon on the forum that you could post as someone else. Right. We'll go to it in a minute. We don't video chat, Mr. Wright, but we will speak to you very shortly, mate. Right. The ladies lost 3-1, unfortunately, to Loughborough Foxes. Bell scored for the ladies. The lineup for the ladies was Martin in goal. You got the back of Huggins, Hallsworth, O'Halloran, and Peck. Midfield of Stoko, Down, Scallon, Ward, obviously captain, Carey and Bell, and then you got O'Leary up front. So unlucky for the ladies, they lost 3-1.
Yeah.
To there.
And Loughborough ladies were actually top of the table as well after a 7-0 win on the opening day last week.
So that's actually not a bad result then, was it?
Yeah.
No,
to be honest.
I think they all said last week it was going to be an incredibly tough game for them before they'd even realised, before the ball was even kicked. So, unlucky today, girls. Unlucky, that's their first defeat in 6. But, they'll go again next week. I'm not sure where they are next week. Stay tuned. We will post up if you would like to go, because don't forget they play at Kings Langley Football Club, which isn't too far away from here. So if you're stuck for something to do on a Sunday afternoon and the girls are at home, pop down to Kings Langley. £6 to get in for adults, £3 for children. I think it's £1 for concessions. But if you take your Watford season ticket and show it on the door, you actually get in for half price as well. So, and also you're supporting the girls, which they really, really do appreciate it. The women's game is starting to take off now, and it's really good to see.
And they're housed the club have embraced them a bit more and housed them on the website as well.
Exactly.
So they've got a new home with the website. Right, you were doing the plug with the Greek Hornets as well. Was the Greek Hornets?
Yeah, hang on a minute. Aidan, I know I've got a feeling you're still watching. Can you please post the name of the group, because I've blimmin' well forgotten it, that your mate said about after the game today. I'm absolutely shockingly bad with my memory. bank at the minute. It's
Old age, mate.
yeah, it is old age, and I'm getting a bit worried. But yeah, also Watford Woody. Yes, we haven't forgotten. Don't forget about Graham Laycock, guys.
Yeah.
Get you. You can get tops and also cups from him as well. Especially the cups, because everything, the money goes to the epilepsy charity, which fortunately, tragically took the life of his daughter.
Yeah, it's very sad.
Which was not good, and she was also expecting her first child at the time as well. So yeah, if you get in touch with Graham Laycock and you would like a mug, I think how much was it? $7.99.
$7.99. All goes to epilepsy charity,
Yeah.
and he does the t-shirts as well, because Mick Watford Woody can testify on his t-shirts now apparently.
Yep.
So,
Saray is on the Skype.
that's super good. I haven't actually got Skype on this phone, so I don't think I am logged into Skype. No, I haven't got Ray. I haven't got Skype on this phone, mate. So you have to go on Facebook Messenger, mate. So we're not going to go on. We're not going to go on that, mate. So you have to go on Facebook. I'll ring you in a minute, mate.
Yeah. So yeah, Aidan, please, can you just message up the group that your friend said about, because it sounds like a really good one to like get involved with Watford fans. Because I'll give you a little bit of info on it. It's all it's basically all the guys from Greece. They're following Holobas. They love him.
Yeah.
Raving about him and everything. And they've said from what they've seen this year, you know, they're all going bonkers about it. And especially today as well. So, like I say, guys, once I get the name of the group, Aidan, please, if you are watching, help me out. You know, head on over to that page, because they'd love to have some more members join, you know, to talk about Watford and everything. And they're hopefully, I think, hoping to get one or two to come over as well, I think. So,
Yeah.
Yes, we will see. We'll see. But Aidan, trying to find out. Nice one, mate. Nice one. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Right, let's go Reading away on Wednesday night.
Yep.
Yeah. So how many? We've already sort of. You guys have already said how many. Well, you said how many changes we may think. I think minimum subs bench. Don't go overboard. Keep it a little bit strong, because we're not played 30 odd games yet, so they shouldn't be tired.
No.
But don't, you know, it's one of those things. We don't want injuries, but we don't want to stop the rhythm as much, because a nice little win away at Reading will set a nice good performance will set us up
for Tottenham.
I'd like to see our new right back and left back, even Navarro's.
Get Seema starting. Get Seema.
All of them. I want to see. I think it'd be exciting. I want to see.
Yeah, I think this is where, like we said earlier, and we said before, I think this is where the changes are coming. I think they will be. I think they will be introduced into the first team. They'll be given a bit of a game in the cup.
Reading are near the bottom, aren't they, at the moment? They're in the
they are
relegation scrap at the moment.
Yeah,
I mean, they're bad, but
no, they are struggling a little bit. They've been struggling for form. They lost on the opening day of Derby after being a goal up. They conceded. I actually predicted it. They were going to concede in the last minute, and lo and behold, they did.
Paul Clement's manager there, isn't he?
Yeah, Paul Clement is manager, and they've said in the press he's already feeling the heat. After only a handful of games, after only about 5 games.
Haven't they won, have they? They've won one?
I think they've won 1 game.
Yeah, they're in relegation, I think.
QPR with that great, lovely side called QPR.
But you know, I think we'll see. I think also we'll see on Wednesday. I think we'll see Gomez get a run.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You know, make the new boys, and I think I've got a feeling if Delafeu can, I think they're going to put him on the bench. I reckon they might unleash him for half hour. I know there was something in the press conference last week where Gracia was hinting that 1 or 2 things could happen. It was they were going to go and sit down and make a decision. I think either tomorrow or maybe even Tuesday they're going to do it. They're going to decide then if he's going to travel down with the squad. But also the other thing is our missing striker is coming back as well in the form of Mr. Akaka. He is back full first team training.
You might see him.
I think there's an outside chance that he might be making the trip.
Play those two up front and play those two. Just keep the system. Don't change the system. Keep it 4-4-2.
I'm sort of wondering if the likes of Deany and Gray, if they are benched, maybe one of them is going to get given a night off.
Yeah, I reckon we'll be.
And
Right, we have actually got when it comes up. Coming on once it lets me do it because this phone is absolutely useless at the moment. Here we go. Lets me. Right, Mr. Ray. Right, let's get you on, mate. Evening. Hang on. Evening, mate.
Good evening.
Hello, Ray. Hello, Ray. There we go.
Good evening. Can you hear me all right?
I can, mate. Right, we're
Still backs.
Still backs, yeah. we're still backs as well. We're talking about Reading, mate. On Wednesday. Well, how do you reckon it's going to go in terms of lineup, score? You know, any certain events? You know, we're thinking maybe a Kaka might get a look in.
It's not very clear, mate. You're breaking up.
Can you hear me? I can hear you clear enough.
Hold on.
Where are you?
Hold on.
turn the telly down.
I'm not actually reading you very well, Pidge.
I can hear you.
Right, can you hear us?
Shall I ring back?
No, because if you can't hear now, because it all happened like last time.
Oh, no, I can hear you better now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Right, okay.
Fantastic.
We're talking about Reading, mate, and the changes that we may have, and the Moobs reckons that, you know, because there's certain Akaka in full training, we might see him on Wednesday. What do you reckon?
That's an interesting one, isn't it? Akaka and Success up front.
That's you said
Yeah,
that.
Sounds like a good combination.
Yeah. What do you reckon score will be?
What do you reckon?
Oh, I'll agree with you, mate. I agree with these two. I reckon it would be a good idea and give both of them a day off.
I'd say 2-1 Watford.
Do you pitch predictor?
It's a Saray predictor.
This is a raised pitch predictor. It's a slash pitch predictor.
Yeah.
Mine goes first, mate, because I'm saying that.
2-1.
I would like us
A
to.
successful score on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'd like us to keep a clean sheet on Wednesday. I really would. You know, maybe 2-0, 3-0, something like that. I think there'll be whatever side plays.
But you know, he won't keep a clean sheet simply because he'll be dropping the Baileys on the sheet, won't he?
Yeah, but do you think with Reading is a good one, mate? Do you think with Reading?
You read the script.
Yeah, right. Do you
You've
think
heard straight from Saray here.
Yeah. Do you think, Ray? Do you think the because Reading have been so poor? Do you think they'll actually play their full side out to get confidence, or do you think they say no? Let's give them a rest and see how that works, and put out a reserve side of their own? I think they'll. If I was to make sense, I'd say, right, you ain't getting a week off. You're going to play this game, and we expect to see their first team. I don't think it'll make a difference. I think if we play well, we'll beat them anyway.
Yeah.
But do you think they'll play their full team?
Well, to be fair, I think they should play their full team so that their fans get value for money,
Yeah.
and that they have to prove to their fans that their season needs to start taking off and get confidence.
Yeah. Good thing, mate.
Yeah, I think that I think they do, but I think also that I just don't. I think something's going wrong.
But then we
with
need a good cup run, and I would like to see us go to Wembley. But
Yeah, absolutely.
you know, it really depends, and we take one game at a time. We've got this run in the league as well, so we just have to take it on its merit.
Yeah, I think with the team we've now assembled, and with the players we've got at our disposal at the minute, we take out the injured guys, we take out Shalabar cleverly. You know, the other guys we've got. Why can't we have a cup run? They are all quality players. They know how to win games. I'm sorry, but I feel that we really need to take this seriously. We need a cup run.
I think we need to.
You know,
We've got to take it seriously. I want some silverware, guys. It's about time we got some.
Very true. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have to clean the teapot anymore.
I
Then.
want that league cup sitting in our living glass cabinet.
Well, just win a cup game in the Carabao Cup would be nice, mate. Because the last 3 seasons have been absolutely woeful.
We have to forget about the last 3 seasons. They haven't happened.
No, but what I mean,
we've got to think about the now.
yeah, but what I mean is, the thing is, though,
Forest
we've
is
thought
gonna
about
go
that now has made us knocked out the last 2 years,
it's-
isn't it?
We've got a strong squad there. We've got a strong squad.
Yeah, what I mean is, though, we're taking lessons from the last take lessons from the last 3 years, mate.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, because we keep trying. We thought we looked ahead for the last 3 years, and it all went pear shaped. We've got to take the lessons and basically say, right, let's make sure we actually don't embarrass ourselves like the last 3 years.
Yeah, we won't. I think we will this time. I think the guys have got something to prove. They're all fighting for positions in the first team, so it's a perfect platform for them.
Yeah, that's so, because we had a strong side against Bristol City last year.
Yeah,
Bloody good side against
Yeah,
I think also that was the naivety of Silva.
Bristol
as well.
City went out. They went on to the semi-final.
Yeah, they did. They got all the way to the semis and played Man City when they got beat.
I mean, it all went downhill after that,
They
didn't it?
went massively downhill.
I mean, really, I couldn't believe how downhill it went for them after that. They were brilliant, weren't they, up to that point?
They used up all their energy to get there, I think, and that cost them trying to get.
Mentally, they were knackered, weren't they? Mentally, they just didn't have anything else to do.
They ran out of steam at the wrong time, and
Yeah.
it could have cost them a relegation.
I mean,
So,
look at them now. They've got a good side again, haven't they?
Yeah.
But let's see how we go on Wednesday. Hopefully, we'll get a good result, and then we can concentrate on the Spurs game and look forward to the next round of the Carabao Cup.
exactly, mate. Exactly. I still believe we can still get a result down there. I don't think they'll. I think Reading are just gonna fear us. I think if we do what we did against Brighton, with the high intensity, I just don't think Reading are going to have a response to it.
No.
I think they're going to be. I just think they're going to crumble.
And I think, win at Reading and get a home draw in the next round. That'd be nice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd love a home game in the next round if we could get through.
We take the lessons of the last 3 years, we'll be fine. We'll beat them 2-3-0.
But we don't want extra time, guys. We've got to do it in 90 minutes.
That's what I mean. 2-3-0. Just learn to get the lessons.
It's the new thing this year. There's no extra time. It's straight to a penalty shootout.
Oh, brilliant!
There's no extra time this season. They've scrapped it because they want to get the games done and dusted.
Good.
So yeah, if we don't sort it in the 90, we will have to go to a penalty shootout.
Gives us even more of a chance of winning the bloody thing.
Yeah.
Anyone can win a penalty shootout, can't
So,
that'll make a smaller team. It'd be even more thing with a smaller team.
Yeah, we've got to be careful, haven't we? We don't want to be playing too much time, extra time and penalties and stuff. We need to be sort of going out, do a professional job, finish it, get the squad together, still going, and move on from there.
Exactly. I think, it'd be nice to get the job done in the 90, and I think they will get it done. Grassi is not. I think this season is different to the last ones we've had with other managers. I think he wants to try and achieve something with the cup and make a statement, whereas managers from previous years have just basically not given a damn about it.
No.
I think it's just they said, we tried to win, but we didn't.
If I must be blunt and to the point, I think honestly, with having that pre-season with Gracia at the helm, it's really brought the players on. They're much better as a result of a pre-season with him, growing together as a team and as a squad, and that togetherness is going to show when we go to playing cup games as well.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, they know him more rather than start. They've had to. They're still impressing. They don't need to keep on impressing Grassi because they know him already. Yeah, there's none of that bedding into.
And they know they know if they drop their levels that they're going to be taken out of the team.
Yeah, because he knows what they're like now. He's not still feeling his way through.
And I think you saw it today, Ray, that at the end of the game, the whole entire squad, and I mean the subs bench as well, all celebrating with each other at the end of the game on the pitch. Not seen that for ages. All right, you get the first 11, but not the actual subs bench as well.
Yeah.
All shaking hands with each other, saying yes, we've done it. So I think there is a lot of unity there at the minute, and he's installed it. And like I say, I don't fear Wednesday at all.
Nah.
I don't fear it.
It's all about the mentality of the players together. We had one or two players that last season were getting up to all sorts of different things. Success being one of them, that's been another. But with this newfound sort of lease of life, they both seem to pull their socks up, and they're moving ahead nicely with the squad. So they've surprised a lot of people, and they've got something to prove.
Yeah, I think they have. You know, and I think success more than anything. I'd love to see it. Like we said, I'd love to see him start, and you know, I'd love to see him have a run. You know, just run for have a game for 90 minutes.
Yeah, super.
And cause someone like Reading a load of problems. So
I'm no doubt they will. I'm no doubt they will. They've got give success to fill 90 minutes. They're doing the world good.
yeah, I wouldn't know. But if you didn't have it, if Akaka's not available, who would you
Got a
stick
bit
up?
quiet on us, guys.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, mate. If Akaka wasn't available for Wednesday, who would you stick up top with if success got the nod? Who would you go with?
Ooh, what's Jenkins?
Phillips, Kevin Phillips,
Bring
actually.
him out of retirement.
Get Kevin Phillips.
I don't really know. Do you know that you got me on that one? It might be nice to put a youngster in.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe give that Forster a chance up front.
Yeah, could do. Could go for that.
I'll put Deon Pereira
Yeah.
or Felivi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Deon, Deon would be a good selection, I think.
Because Felivi's been scoring goals in the under
Got no harm in
23s.
trying these players out because it's a Caribou Cup.
Yeah. Only one or two won't harm us.
No.
No, of course it won't. No. And if it doesn't work, we can make the changes necessary that we need to do.
Yeah. I actually wonder if we'll see the youngster from the Sampdoria friendly, the young lad that come
He
on.
looked very good, didn't he?
I wonder if we're going to see him again.
What's his name again?
I can't think.
He's
It's
excellent.
gone out of my head at the minute.
He looked very confident,
Yeah.
didn't he? Yeah, okay, it's a friendly. He looked very confident in that midfield. Being
I
thrown
wonder if
straight.
that's where part of the reshuffle might come for Wednesday.
Hope so.
Good.
Be nice.
But they said, didn't you say as well with the Carabao Cup, like last season, you know, you're out there to get more games. So you want more games, and you're not in the first team picture.
I've got to step up.
You got to step up, and this is your chance to get your game time. Because if you get to the next round, you get another game.
Yeah.
You're guaranteed another game.
Exactly. I was going to say,
Exactly that.
Ray, would you swap the
Exactly
centre backs round?
All right, fellas. I won't take up the rest of your time because I know you've got to do non-league bits and pieces as well.
Yeah.
I'll catch up with you very shortly.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
Cheers, Ray. Thank you, mate.
Taylor's waving as well.
Yeah, get the babies on. Cheers, mate.
Oh, mate.
Cheers, mate. See you soon.
Still back.
All the best, guys.
See you, mate.
I've got to be honest, I love one or two of the comments that have come in.
Yeah, go read them out.
How is it? Danny says hello to the legend, Sir Ray. Aidan's having a wind up with you. Neil Austin says, put the ladder up for better signal. The ladder might be reappearing at some stage. We're not sure when.
She's reading the comments as well, mate. So you read out some, and then Taylor will just double check them as you're going along, mate.
Neil's called in the League Cup on Wednesday, the Haribo Cup. Didn't realise we were getting some sweets with this.
Sweet.
Brilliant. Woody's back with his usual. No, we had a cup semi-final. Yeah, it's a long time ago. We need another one.
This is not 84 or 87. No, under the Mr. Lewington, who, funny enough, was there.
Exactly.
Just shout out to Ray Lewington. We love him.
Yes,
That's the only person in Palace we actually love.
Yeah.
Ray Lewington, the hats off to him. Love him. Love the man.
Rest of them, okay. Aidan said, with Gomez in goal for a penalty shootout on confidence, should Gomez get the nod?
Yeah.
I would be confident as well.
Have a keeper to take things because they just blast it.
Yeah, exactly. Watford really says, cup run is.
No, she's just agreeing with you there, mate.
Woody's saying a cup run or stay in the top half of the league.
Yeah.
At the moment, Woody, we can't really say we can't. I would like both. I'm going to go with both.
We can get both.
We can get both. Aidan's put Ben. Was it Ben Wilmot?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good shout.
Good, very good shout.
Oh yeah, actually,
That
he could feature.
I would put Wilmot. Yes, definitely. I think they'll definitely put Wilmot.
Brilliant.
Take like Dust
out.
Yeah.
Prodil.
Yeah, or Maps even.
How can we forget about Wilmot? Yeah, it's a brilliant shout, mate.
So, Mr. Dan Grimley is in the building
Super,
tonight.
super Darren Grimley. Yeah, he's got the shirt
He's got
on.
the shirt on again, Daz. We've done it. We've got him on.
And he's a young man as well. So
Yes.
it's a shirt and he's a young man. Yeah,
Aidan said, "What about Gray up front with success?" In response to my question.
give it another go. Yeah,
Ricky put Deanie to go up front alongside him. Greg, just come in. You looking for baby names? Not sure.
Late, mate.
Yeah.
Thank you. Pigeon to appreciate it, but it's a bit late.
Taylor.
Yeah.
Taylor's a good one.
Yeah. I love that one. That's the best one of the night.
Give the names anyway, don't we?
Yeah. The names down. Ricky said also for Wednesday, she reckons 5-1 to us. We can win.
Lovely.
Woody
says-
definitely, yeah.
Woody says 4-1 or even a 3-1 without any no's involved.
That's
Aidan says 3-1 to us with success to score first. That's not a bad shout, actually. I'd have that in a bet.
yeah.
Aidan, you're in trouble for saying that bit.
What's that? Come on.
He put when we were trying to get Ray on, he's put you know the song the Aidan useless. So Aidan, you are in trouble for that.
Go and break a window.
Yes.
Or getting away.
Yes, pop down Watford Junction and break some more windows, please. So
And then taking away shirt
Yeah,
out.
about midday, then go to the shop and buy the away shirt.
No, smash the
exactly.
window and take
Smash
one.
it, innit?
So, Greg says just reading down the comments. Okay. Aidan, that awkward silence laugh. There's no awkward silence.
Right,
You are going to get you for that.
right. Enough of this sort of awkward silence nonsense.
Yes.
Non-league young man.
Yeah.
Non-league. I was going to say I don't have much of it because I've not had time to look at anything.
Sack.
Yeah,
I
so
wonder
I'm
we're
getting
getting
the card.
Danny in. Gee.
Yes, Hemel Town were involved in action yesterday down at Wellingham United down in Kent. 1-1 draw, courtesy of a Jordan Parks wonder free kick that was postage stamp in the top corner. Unfortunately, they didn't get the win. They were very lucky to hang on for a point as well, from what I've been told.
Okay.
Laurie Walker the goalkeeper kept him in. But one thing I will say, as it's Bank Holiday Monday this week, yes, I am celebrating that as well because I've actually got a day off for once. Hallelujah. Got to be careful, someone from work might say that.
Get him in.
Check
Get him in.
Guys, check your non-league stuff. I know tomorrow Hemel Town are at home again against Chelmsford. I think it's Chelmsford City or something. So, like I say, guys, it's 3 o'clock kickoff at Hemel. There'll probably be also there's other league stuff happening as well. So, guys, please, if you are not doing anything tomorrow, check the internet. Check the local papers. Just have a look. If you take non-league teams at home, get down there, support them. Like I say, every time you go and watch your non-league team, you're putting money in their back pocket. You're helping to stay afloat.
Yeah.
And it's also a good laugh as well, as I always enjoy it. Morpheus has joined us.
Hey.
You are late.
And where's my sweets?
Yes. Where are the sweets?
Empty here.
Right, now, because
I'm annoyed.
he hasn't given us sweets, but I'm going to read out a plug anyway. Just remember, guys, we are sponsored by Sweets for All, Unit 5, New Watford Market. Get down to the New Watford Market to see Lord Seren and all your confectionery needs.
Yes.
That's all I can say. So and he gets his wagon out as well. So he's a big hi out, Taylor saying hi as well to Lord Seren. And also, just remember, we're in association with WD18, the Watford Fans Channel. Like, share and subscribe on YouTube to get the latest fan views, interviews, news, and much, much more from Jacob, Robin, and the boys. So get on to YouTube and like, share and subscribe there.
Did anyone see this new player we're trying to sign? The Guardian, some Brazilian.
Oh, not again. We're not going to go back to Brazil.
They've got Neymar on a 2 year.
Attacking midfielder I was reading about. Supposed to be 21 years old.
Probably happen in January.
Sounds like Richarlison again.
Again, he's brought down or something.
Yeah, we have an apology from Seren. He says, sorry guys, in response to no sweets.
Sorry, like Elton John says, sorry seems to be the hardest word.
Yes.
That's so sad, isn't it?
Oh, brilliant. Right. Sir Alan of Lathwell has just posted, Bournemouth beat Halifax 2-1 yesterday and away at Maidstone tomorrow. St Albans are away at Billericay Town tomorrow, so if you fancy a trip to Billericay, go for it. I'm actually pleased because there is something I want to say, like what I said to you two, because you had the world exclusive. Yes, you can, Seren. Yes, we do keep going on about diabetes because it's true. You keep giving us sweets, it's going to happen. Behave. Right, guys. I would like to announce something. As you all probably are aware, if you follow me on Instagram or possibly on my Facebook page, you see that I have been, in the course of this year, spending a lot of time in the gym. I was recently set a challenge to try and shift a fair bit of weight, which has pretty much happened because I am wearing the new home shirt for the first time today, and it is officially in a size smaller than what I've been used to wearing. So, I know Darren sent me the challenge to try and get a six-pack. I've been working on it. I've been working on it.
Well done, mate.
And I know a few of the others have been saying about it. We all said about it. So yeah, I've officially dropped a top size because I've managed to get into an extra large one. So. Greg, yes, thank you. 6 lines, yes. I am planning to try and draw them across just to see if it does actually work.
The creases are still there.
Yeah, the creases are still there. Honestly, I don't know how that's happened. Also, St Albans drew 1-1 Eastbourne with Eastbourne yesterday. So thank you again to Mr. Lathwell. Aidan, thank you as well for that comment. Seren, yes, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm not, Woody, I'm not bothered about Rich Arlison, mate. He can get a red card as many times as he wants.
Right, on that note,
yeah.
Can we just say once again, the Tuesday nights at the moment are not on. We are stopped playing for 8-a-side end of September. Once we stop that, we're going into a half-an-hour preview show on a Thursday night with the young man presenting it at 8 o'clock, 8 to 8:30. But the hour and a half Sunday shows will continue to the end of the season now. So every Sunday, it's myself, he is a young man, and the slightly lighter, very lighter Moobs on a Sunday. But next week we are joined by Danny Iron with no creases because he's iron.
Yeah.
So no crease iron.
He'll be straight down.
Straight down the line, no iron involved.
Yeah.
So we'll be here next week, 7:30. So get all your questions in. Like I say, I'll leave Dino to do his final bit, but once again, he's not happy, so I'm going to let him do his bit, get it out of the way. He's definitely not angry. But guys, just before he starts, just thank you ever so much, guys. And like I say, as always, you make it worthwhile doing it, and you make the podcast as great as it is. Right, read out the comment, mate, and get to your bit.
Seren, he's put diabetes-friendly sweets. Laugh out loud, yes. Yes, if you want to be responsible for sending people down to their doctors to be diabetes tested, Seren, I'm happy for that.
It's only around the corner, so
yeah,
the doctors is, so, it works both ways, doesn't it? Right, you're not happy, apparently.
Yeah,
no, I'm not. Also, there's one other thing as well. Don't forget, next Sunday, guys, if you are going Watford Palace Theatre, it is Tales from the Vic night as well. So I will be down there, hence the reason why I'm not here next week. I am not here because I will be there instead. Yes, we've reached that time where I have to have a word with all of you watching again because you're still not doing what I asked you to do last week and the week before that and the week before that and the week before that and the week before that. What are you lot actually doing? Right, I want you to go out and tell everyone you know who's a Watford fan, who is on Facebook and who knows about TMA. And if they don't know about TMA, will you please kindly fill them in and tell them about what we do? There, I can relax. Right, I want you to go and tell everyone you know. Let's spread the word. Spread the word. Let's get everyone over it. Get all your friends. And by the way, Watford friends, Watford fans, none of this suddenly getting people who support other teams, because I don't want to see them on it. I don't want to see them. If I do, trouble. Remember, 3 simple questions, guys, have got to answer to get on the page. Unless you invite someone, of course, then that's a little bit different. But if they are Watford fans, tell them to get over here. Tell them what we're about. Tell them what we do. You know, we're on for an hour and a half now on a Sunday night. Love it as always. You know, this is probably one of the best things I've ever done. So please, 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 just go out and tell everyone, you know, window cleaner, milkman, postman, office worker, delivery van driver, lorry driver, bus driver, even if if he's in a good mood or she's in a good mood. So please, 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 you know, like I say, put it out there. Put the word out to everyone. And don't forget, yeah, that's pretty much. Woody, who have we forgot to tell? Work with.
No.
You work in a hospital.
No.
You work in a hospital, Woody. I want you to go around and tell all the patients if they're awake. If they're not, wake them up as well.
Still tell them.
Still tell them.
Just leave a note by their bedside. Please log into TMA. Please. That's all I ask you to do.
Well, in that note,
yeah.
So go on.
And I will pop in the hospital as well and check up on you.
Pop away.
I'll pop away.
Sign some autographs. Right. It's good night from him.
Good night from him.
Good night from me.
Definitely good night for her. See you later, guys.
Cheers, guys. Oh,
Oh, Jesus, man. God.
Got to wait until the camera stops.
End. I've clicked it. This is getting silly. What is going on?
Look,